What do you give up
It
on?
appears you are actually in love with Christ.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. I am the J.
I am your Miss Parker.
And we were talking about Spencer Smith. I got to tell you, he is a fine gentleman.
Presley Stutz. Presley Stutz. Presley Stutz. And we have sound. Aren't you happy?
Yes.
Guys, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to have seen that in my life. And I jokingly tell church.
He is thankful to the Lord. No, he is thankful to the Lord for having been allowed to see what a real man looks like.
Spencer Smith,
where
have you
I
seen
grew
a
up,
grown man naked?
Yes, he has.
And not just in Florida. Oh,
I'll show you, little lady.
And were men, and the women were too. And so, I mean, but it was a real opportunity to have seen that in my life. And I jokingly tell churches, I said, where I grew up, the men, and the women were too.
Welcome back to the show. I don't know how to take that.
You think I'm a man, Pastor
again
Smith? Spencer Smith.
KROT sponsors Jay Tyler's Face Masher event. I dare any one of these men to catch a football thrown by me.
So that would be
no man.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Brett
Come on over.
Definitely.
Come on over, you rapist.
Yeah.
Hey, I said it. It must be true, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Cocker Tarlson, Spencer Smith, and Pastor Greg Locke.
I dare you to take a look. We'll go like, a little more effeminate sport for you. One which I also excel at. Let's say tennis. I dare you to return one of my serves. Right? I mean, that's right up your alley, right? Football, tennis,
tennis is a sissy sport, and he can't play it, so of course it's a sissy sport.
So, I mean, but it was a rough situation. But I'm glad I saw that because I learned how to stand up for myself. I learned how to hit back, how to fight back, and I learned all that stuff. And really, those lessons have gone with me my entire life. They've been so valuable in the shaping of my own personal character.
Telling me that I'm not manly enough to do this thing that I think men like to do. I mean, I'm a man. I like to play football. Watching it, cool. Take it or leave it. But can I play it? Oh yeah. Did I take this guy's head off? He's a big guy. I know just how to take you down, son. Played AAA football for San Lorenzo Valley. Where you at? Safety.
I hate to say this.
I'll knock your head off.
Would you feel less of me if I said that please don't take Pastor Locke's head off, because I look forward to his videos.
I find those experiences in my life invaluable. I think that they are a large part of who I am today because of that type of stuff. And
what a pansy boy!
When I got saved, I was 18, and then I went off to Bible college when I was 19, and went.
And I saw my first grown man naked when I was 19 and 4 months and 6 days and 3 minutes.
Imagine if
delicious.
Let's say, Pastor Locke, you're me. And you're 19 and you have a kid that could have been aborted, but it was frowned upon, and I let the woman decide the direction my life was going in. So instead of doing all the cool stuff like rolling around with Baptist Bible boys,
I know
I had to actually go to work. I actually had to go to work where I worked and got no health insurance while I was trying to support my young wife and my young child, where I got nothing. But on the football field, son, you wouldn't have lasted a second against me.
Culture shock. It was complete, total culture shock for me, because all these kids were raised in churches, and they were raised, a lot of them raised homeschools, and I'm not mad at any of that. I think all that's great.
Okay, you want to analyze that?
Well, he
said he thinks it's all great. He said they were raised and they were homeschooled, and that's all great. he went to Bible college when he was 19. I mean, what are the odds? Look, I mean, look at me at 48, basically more handsome than him. So of course I had a kid at 19 because chicks wanted to fuck me. Whereas you went to Bible college at 19 because what? It was cool? Like that was the cool thing at the time. Or was it like your legacy? Were your parents wealthy? I'm going to go with the latter. And you weren't getting laid, son, unless you got married in a church. Like, no, man. Dude, you scream incel. Me, not incel.
Look at those doughy hands.
Dude.
Oh, look at that penis-shaped microphone.
I noticed something that a lot of these young men that were raised in these churches
are very much cooler than I am. And they have a way, way better take on what young people should be doing with their bodies and their lives than I do.
Were not anything like the aggressive males that I was around growing up.
Go on. Go on, sir.
Tell us about these aggressive males
tell
that
me
were
about
around
these
when you're
aggressive males that you came across, please.
And pull my penis
so
out.
Timid and so passive. It was almost
there was nothing in hell but gays.
unnerving. I mean, they were just. I mean, these Pee Wee Herman like creatures.
Dude, he just had a flashback to high school, and he's just like Pee Wee, like
they probably called him Pee Wee Herman.
All he can think about
is Pee Wee in
all
that
he can
porn?
think about is penis. Like,
passive. Yeah. It was almost unnerving. I mean, they were just. I mean, these.
He is so self-loathing.
Pastor Smith's missionary.
Have you ever seen such blatant self-loathing?
Hey, Spencer Smith, man, spit it out, son.
Don't swallow, son.
We don't judge you on this side. It's okay.
It's okay. It's
okay. Look at this face.
Okay, I'll send this.
Yeah, cool. Hopefully not to anybody I know.
Send a strapping young man to Pastor Smith.
He just remembered all these big dudes in high school, and just this is it. This is.
A lot of them were so timid and so passive. It was almost unnerving. I mean, they were just. I mean, these Pee Wee Herman like creatures. And you know, in American culture today, especially in Western culture, the epitome of a man used to be John Wayne. Now it's Pee Wee Herman. I mean, we need to get back to John Wayne.
The 80s called.
Also, John Wayne is a deplorable asshole. Also,
he's dead.
So he's dead. Yeah. Marion.
That's John Wayne's real name.
Yeah, Marion Morrison. Showed up shit-faced at a high school. I'm telling you, I'll get it. I'll get it for the next segment. You want to see Marion William / John Wayne Morrison give a commencement speech at a high school, completely shit-faced, talking about how we needed to send more of our young men into the meat grinder. But there's
real quick, because that's what manhood is. That's what manhood is.
Oh, tell us, Spencer Smith.
A lot of these young ladies today, they're being taught that an aggressive alpha male is
hey,
not what you
peeing in the studio is not manly.
Some guy with too much mousse in his hair, and he's an effeminate skinny jean wearing something, and he's got a singing voice 1/2 click down from Alvin and the Chipmunks, a Justin Bieber type, if you will. And all these women are drawn to this kind of stuff. All these women are drawn to the Stephen Furtick, and they're drawn to that. They like.
They're not drawn to me, and I can't understand why. I can't imagine why women would not want to be with a overweight, balding man who is past his prime in his 30s. Look at me. Fucking 50 years old, you bastard. Take you in a second. Shit, my dad is 73. Probably take your ass. Dude, you're not a man. You're a balding douche, man. Like,
you're a Pillsbury Doughboy with hair.
Man. Look, I promised I wasn't gonna swear, but I fucked that off. Dude, Dude, you're not a man. I checked. Man card's right there. Son. Oh, you little boy.
Here it is. Man card right here.
And these young ladies today are being taught that that's what a man should be. He should be soft. He should be.
Well, you're looking pretty soft.
I know. I'll bet if I stuck my finger in your shoulder, it would take about 10 minutes for it to bounce back.
Okay,
dude, I'm a real man. I'll knock it right out.
I kind of just put a few thoughts down here on my pad.
That makes me a real man, right?
Yeah.
If I punched you,
biblical examples of manhood that I saw in the Bible. I want to say, number one, that
examples of manhood I saw in the Bible.
Oh,
is that slaughtering 11,000 people?
Sounds thirsty.
Dude, this is the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some gay shit.
Oh, yeah.
David was 17 years old when he went out in the Valley of Elah.
17 years.
He was bringing food to his brothers and all these guys.
David was out there.
David was out there bringing
He was oiled up. He had that sling. He had that sling. Held his nuts. I mean, nuts are what you use to fling at the Philistines, right, son? He had his nuts in a sling.
These nuts.
He came across a giant man, also equally oiled up. He pulled that sling out and he shot that man right between the eyes.
Not with a stone. With some nut.
They're standing there on the top of the Valley of Elah, and they're sitting there and watching this giant who's 9.5 feet tall just go up and down the valley and
he's so thirsty.
Cuss their God, and they're just standing there letting it happen. And David gets mad and says, "Is there not a cause?" And I can just sense in his voice how upset and aggressive and angry he was at that. Is there not a cause?
So angry.
Finally went to Saul and says, "Hey, if all these other guys are going to sit around and just be a bunch of sissies, I'll go out there and I'll take on that giant." And they tried to put Saul's armor on him, and he said, "No, I'll go out there with a sling and some stones." And he went out there and said, "You come to me with sword and shield, but I come to you in the name of the Lord."
I come in the name of the Lord.
Also, sling, shot in the face. By the way, I know how to use a sling. You should see it. It's pretty manly.
I know how to use a San Juan slingshot.
That's right.
Davy Crockett Rowan is out in
Crockett's
San Miguel.
Ritz Rockets take down a Goliath every time.
He's out in San Miguel County, Colorado, and he's ready to make one of these for you.
You're feeling a little thirsty and you want a giant. You want to slay that giant.
Manly for you, Spencer Smith.
Yeah, you want to slay that giant. You get yourself some San Juan slingshot.
You know those women that are men that you talked about? I'm a manly woman.
Yep. Hit us up at nothingyetgroup@gmail.com.
If
you want some more of this stuff, like,
hey, let's finish this guy off tomorrow.
Was a man, if you will.
A man.
If David were a worship leader today, he would go out there and try to establish
never trust David
and try to understand where you're coming from and sing
how
face. We've hurt you. And that's not what David did. David went out there and whooped him.
You know what? If David was a real man, what he would have done was he would have slung him in the balls. And then when he fell on his knees, he would have run up and kicked him in the face, Brad Pitt, Achilles style, right? I mean, that's how the real world fucking works. Look, it doesn't work that way. Spencer Smith, dude, you're not a man. Dude, I'll take the man challenge against you. Anything, anytime, anywhere. Dude, you want a swimming contest? You look like you're buoyant. You want a fighting contest? Dude, you seem big, but I bet you're slow. I think I could take you pretty easily. One knee, maybe the balls.
Hey, how about you do a cliff diving competition and just shove?
How about Jay versus the asshole?
How about you shove him off a cliff and watch his little legs go? Ah!
I bet if I just moved slightly to the left quickly enough, he would just fall over. Dude, I play tennis, son. I know how to use a sword. I know how to use a sling. I know how to make one.
He says, you know how to use a sword? Bring me your sword, Jay Tyler.
Look, missionary is the best position you can take because you're a power bottom, you little bitch. I'm tired of your garbage rhetoric. You don't know what a man is because you are not one. And that's coming from a man. Just to let you know. Any challenge, anytime, anywhere. Hell, I'll do you and Pastor Locke at the same time.
Oh, yeah, he like that.
You guys can tag out like in you're probably your other favorite sport, which is professional wrestling. Yeah, I know you like big oiled up men jumping all over each other. So let's go with that. Right? Hell, I was a gymnast.
I have contributed nothing to this segment except staring at you and laughing my ass off because for some reason this is fucking hilarious.
Spencer Smith, your head is puntable. Like what? Move to the left, you fall down. I line up. By the time you have a chance to get up, I'll punt your head right to the upright.
Yeah, line up the head.
Line up the head. Yeah. If you're the last thing I'm gonna say, look, if Spencer Smith, if your take on what a man is what you say, you don't qualify.
You don't rank, honey. You don't rank.
Mm-mm. You think I could take him?
Oh, fuck that guy?
Little doughy boy. No, I love the thought of it.
That was a rhetorical question.
Closing out the end of my life. Look, I'm about to be 50 in a couple of years, or a year and a half. About to be 50. I'm looking for a challenge, son.
That's not a challenge.
David, no. Jay versus the asshole. Anytime, anywhere, any challenge, anything you got, dude. I will change everything I say if you can beat me at a single physical challenge. A single physical challenge. Besides eating burgers. I don't think I could beat you at that.
Yeah.
We're not talking about competitive.
We're not talking about face down and pie.
We're talking about actual physical.
He could beat you in a banana eating contest.
Of course.
And a hot dog eating contest for sure.
As well.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith, I would take you to the house. Like, you anger me. The idea that you and Pastor Locke and this handful of douchebags are attempting to take away the rights before I have a chance to take them. I mean, if anybody's going to take away her rights, it's going to be me. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Me.
Of course.
Not you.
Of course.
You doughy little bastard. Be funny. Can we organize that? We'd have to get to Tennessee. Never mind.
No, bring him here.
Also, look.
No, we got too many sissies out here. It
says tasty.
How about thirsty?
Thirsty. Yeah, men.
We should send him a
It should say Kentucky men are tasty.
We should send him our own personalized license plate.
All right, I felt like dragging that out because I love this not man.
You're pretty hilarious.
He's not
taking
a man.
Him on.
You, Spencer Smith, you are not a man. I am the G. Tyler, a man. And I'm saying you're not a man. So you need to man up. Come on, son. Calling you out like David called out Goliath. Because, I mean, I'm definitely the David. I'm the in shape, smaller one. So I'm definitely the David. I'll be the Dave.
Dave.
The Dave versus missionary. It's his favorite position. We won't tell you how he likes it. I am the J.
I am your Miss Parker, and compared to you, I am a manly man.
Kick your ass in a second. I'd be like, first you gotta deal with her.
I would put my boots so far up his ass, it would be coming out his mouth.
No fair, you kicked me in the balls. Oh, we were wondering if you had a set. I am the J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker. Is nothing yet live.
Damn right.